Hey guys, welcome back to a brand new video. In today's video, I'm going to do a little quick video about my top takeaways from the first day of practice at St. Petersburg. So, first of all, I'm just going to get straight into the drivers. So I'm going to get into some of the rookies. So, Kyle Kirkwood actually had a really good season, a really good practice. There was only one practice session, so it's not like the definitive be-all to go off, but he got fourth, and at one point he was leading, but then obviously I think that the leaders got onto soft tires and then set some fast laps before the end of the session. So he got fourth overall. What's pretty impressive considering people above him is Scott Dixon, 7-time world champion, Colton Herta, he's meant to be like the next big thing. He's like the USA version of Max Verstappen. Alex Palou, he's a series champion. So the fact that he's right there with all these huge people. Even Will Power's below him. Scott McLaughlin's down there. I think that was really impressive, and I think this is going to be a bold prediction, but he could win the race. I mean, with that kind of pace, he's kind of on track to win the race, and I know he said that he's pretty good at street courses. So if he can live up to that, I think he can definitely fight for the win. I definitely think he's going to be up there in the qualifying. So next up, I want to talk about Marcus Armstrong. Marcus Armstrong, if people don't know who he is, he's a former F2 driver, and he got ninth. That's pretty impressive. This is his first ever actual practice session in an IndyCar. That's just amazing. He got ninth, so that's pretty good. So then next up, we've got Austin Cabanino. I don't know if I screwed up his name. I apologize. I need to learn how to say his name correctly. I never remember it. So he got 19th. Well, I thought that was pretty good. 19th. I calculated he was 4 tenths off Marcus Armstrong. With Marcus Armstrong as a 22-year-old former F2 driver, almost made it to the pinnacle of motorsports F1. So he's the best of the best. And he's 33 years old. The fact that he can race within 4 tenths of Marcus Armstrong, what's kind of been in open wheel racing for his whole career, he's not been in open wheel. He was in stock car and touring car. The fact that he's that competitive already kind of tells me a lot about him. I think he's going to be able to have a strong season. We'll see. I doubt he's going to be able to fight for the championship, but he can probably fight for some top 10. So I'm kind of excited for that. Okay, so now I'm going to talk about some changes to the tracks and the cars specifically. So there was some major, no physical changes, but there was some resurfacing of some areas. I believe there was some changes to turn 3, which if you watched a practice session, you would know it was super dicey. There was multiple crash. I guess they were crash. I guess they were classed as crashes. There was multiple people who were losing the rear end. Scott McLaughlin lost it a few times. There was some other guys. So I think it was a combination of I think it was a combination of the track surface resurfacing and the new tires. Maybe it could have been something to do with the tires. So we'll have to see what's going on with that. And then another issue, what a lot of people struggled with. I watched an interview with Rahul, and he was talking about the lack of rear grip, and I don't know what that's about. I don't know if the tires were affecting it. Maybe the Firestone have changed their compound this year. And then the other issue with the car too is, I heard that they made some minor changes to how the brakes are the rear brakes are, or both brakes, and it kind of caused a lot of lockups. So maybe they just need to dial that in with setup changes. But I think a lot of that had to do with lack of testing. Well, I don't understand why they only had 2 tests. They had a test so I think it also had a lot to do with on this season they had a lack of testing for whatever reason. They only had 2 tests. They had a test at the Thermal Club, and then they also had a test at Sebring, which not everyone went to. I think it was only a few select teams that actually went to the Sebring test. So maybe for next year they can hopefully implement more testing, what would be helpful for the fan experience. And then another thing what a lot of people noted was the fact that the track seemed to be really bumpy, which I assume that had something to do with the resurfacing, but again, this is only day 1 of testing, so we would have to see how tomorrow morning goes and how the qualifying goes. So I'll keep you noted tomorrow. I'm planning on making a video after qualifying of my preview of the whole day. So that'll be it for this video. If you guys enjoyed this video, leave me a like and comment and subscribe. That'll be awesome. And I'll see you guys later.